Shemai, hello, sut dych chi? How are you doing? It is Tom back with another episode of Learn Welsh, Dysgu Cymraeg with Learn Cymreag Pembrokeshire, who have welcomed 60 new Mynediad learners. So pob on your entry level of learning Welsh. You're on the beginning of a wonderful journey of learning Welsh. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm doing the 2 years in one of the Sylfaen. I did the same for the Mynediad. So it's great, and it's going to open your eyes up to so much more in your surroundings in Wales that you don't even know what you're looking forward to. And I'm very, very excited for you. Cyffroes iawn for you. I'm on my own journey at the moment. I'm on Sylfaen. You can see my Mynediad videos though on our YouTube channel, Pure West Radio. Just search that on YouTube and we've got a playlist of all of the ones that I did for Mynediad. So go and have a look if you want a little sneak peek as to what's coming up. You'll even see my sister as well because she started it as well. On Sylfaen though, uned 16, Unit 16, mae hi'n oerach heddiw. Oerach. What could that be? Well, if oer is cold, what is oerach? Well, that is the purpose of this unit. And just like the last unit, if you look at my last video, we learned a very wonderful phrase, pa mor. So pa mor aml, how often? And it's just opened up sentences, because I always talk to people, oh, how often do you do that? Like, how tall are you? How do you do this? Just having pa mor as part of my arsenal has just increased my confidence a lot more in maybe instigating a bit more Welsh. So that's the plan behind that. And this unit is no different. So the ach, or the vrach, is a way of saying that it is colder. Or if I said dalach, that would be taller. Tal being being dal, because of the soft mutation in the example I've just given you. So dwi'n dalach na chi, I'm taller than you. And the na has after it an aspect mutation, which is why you get na chi or na phawb on those TCPs that you get. So if we're talking about the weather today, mae hi'n wlipach heddiw, it's wetter today. So adding ach to the end of those kinds of words, I'm going to say an adjective, I don't know, is a way of saying what we would do in English of doing the ER. So taller, colder, warmer. So that'd be doimach heddiw. And there are some exceptions though to this rule. And I'm going to jump straight to them straight away because I don't want you making a fool out of yourself. Like if you're saying that something's bigger, it's not mawrach. No, it's not that. I'm going to jump to the end. The help llaw, the helping units at the end of each unit, and mawr becomes mwy. So I could say mwy oer, it's more cold, or I could just say oerach. And there is like a little bit of a semi-unwritten rule which says that you wouldn't use ach at the end of a word that's kind of got 2 to 3 or more syllables. You would use mwy. So an example that we might have would be lliwgar. Now you wouldn't say something is more colourfuler anyway, as a rule. So you wouldn't say lliwgarach, you would say mwy lliwgar. There you go, it's more colourful. I've lost my page already. The other one is something as smaller. You might want to say bach, which is small. You might want to say bachach. You don't say bachach. You say llai. And then if something is better, you don't say dach because it's gooder. You say gwell. So you often hear that something is unwelsh, and the reason being that it's unwelsh is because the un causes soft mutation. Gwell starts with a g, so you get rid of the g as per the soft mutation rule. So you've got unwelsh. You'll see that a lot actually. You'll see that around. You'll see it a lot in subtitles and whatnot as well. Drwg, if something is worse, you have gwaith. So you'll often see unwaith because of the same reason, soft mutation on the G. Uchel is high, but higher is uwch, uwch. And low is isel, but lower is is. So there's always some exceptions to the rule. They are them, but they are the ones that are used quite often, particularly mwy and llai, or Welsh and Gwelsh and gwaith. So they're ones to know about, as with the aspect mutations with the nafawb, and nafawb or nachi and things like that. So don't forget those things. And something to be mindful of if you're using these achs is that it's just basically being aware of your mutations, because they're going to come in different places if you do use mwy, because typically you would say something is un-mwy something, but m is also self-mutated after un, so it's un-fwy lliwgar. And if we were just going to say, this is a bad example, but lliwgarach, if it's un-lliwgarach, you'd have a self-mutation there, so it would be un-lliwgarach. I think it's that way around. But the mwy would take it out anyway, so it's just un-fwy lliwgar. So that's something to be aware of if you're talking about if something is bigger, bolder, taller, is you're going to have different soft mutations depending on how you're creating that sentence structure. But otherwise, that was kind of the unit in a nutshell. We looked at ffasiynol, newydd, drud. Something else to be mindful of is if you've got a short word that finishes with d, just like drud or rhad, so cheap and expensive, the d becomes a t, d to t, so it's rhatach or dritach, and it's just to make it basically a bit easier to say. That's why the mutations exist as well, isn't it? It's just to make things that little bit easier for us to actually say. I'm just trying to see if there's any others. Not that I can find in my... Oh yeah, rhad, rhatach, gwlyb, gwlypach, and teg becomes tekach. So D to T, B to P, G to C. There's some rules for you to remember, but otherwise, really nice little unit. And we can now compare things, which is great. So very happy with that. They've also craftily incorporated our homework into the unit. So I better go and do that quickly. Have a great week. On Friday, it is Welsh Language Music Day. That is February the 4th. Wear Red Day as well, which is quite fitting because Six Nations starts the day after. Ireland v Wales, and it's also Wear a Number Day for the NSPCC. It's also World Cancer Day. February the 4th is a busy day, so do your bit to raise awareness. But yeah, Welsh Language Music Day, we're going to be playing Welsh language music songs at the top of every hour on Pure West Radio, so be sure to tune in online, purewestradio.com. On your mobile you can search it as well, and also on your smart speaker you can say play Pure West Radio, and hopefully I'll have the one and only Thomas Hopkins of Learning Cymreag Pembrokeshire on the show to chat with me in the morning, talk about the importance and the relevance of Welsh language in culture and society as we are. Oh, that's a Christmas song. I can't play that when I was going to. Never mind. Hwyl am y tro, goodbye for now, and I'll be back next week where we'll be talking about y wlad dwyma, y wlad oera. So we're looking at comparisons of adjectives. This is exciting, isn't it? So very similar to what we've been doing. So we know how to say if something is taller or shorter. Now we're going to be asking the questions and posing it to make it real conversational. So really good. Looking forward to it. Gwlad y Gån wythnos nesa. I'll see you next week. Hwyl!